Today, we will read a very beautiful story and learn many new words. Listening and speaking are the most important parts, so pay attention. Our story is about a greedy king who loses everything due to his greed. So listen very carefully.
Once upon a time, there was a king who lived in a city. He was very wealthy, and there was nothing lacking in his kingdom. His kingdom enjoyed peace and prosperity. But as they say, the more you have, the more you want. The king, despite having everything, felt that the kings of neighboring kingdom had more wealth than him. He always tried to gather more gold, silvers, jewels, horses, and wealth. This became his biggest worry, yet he paid a lot of attention to his kingdom to ensure its prosperity. He feared that if his attention wavered from his kingdom, his people would become disappointed and his kingdom's prosperity would decline. He also feared that other kings would try to attack his kingdom if they feel any weakness. Therefore, he always kept a close eye on his kingdom and ensured that none of his subjects faced any troubles. The king's family was small but happy. His family consisted of his wife and little daughter. The king loved his family very much. He could not bear to see his daughter sad. He always tried to make his daughter happy. Similarly, the daughter loved her father very much. She always listened to her father and tried to ensure that he didn't worry about anything. They both cared for each other deeply. Some time passed and the queen fell very ill due to a disease. Despite efforts to cure her, she eventually passed away. Now the king and the princess were each other's support. They both missed the queen a lot, but they continued to support each other. They never showed their grief to each other. Time is very powerful. It heals all wounds. Slowly, the king and princess started to move on from the memories of the queen. The king became busy with managing his kingdom again, and the princess started living with the memories of her mother. The king managed to suppress the memories of the queen, but he couldn't get rid of his greed. The king started to worry about his wealth again. Seeing him troubled, his minister suggested that he meet a sage who could help him find a solution to his worries. Believing the minister's advice, the king went to meet the sage. He shared all his worries with the sage, who then provided him a solution. The sage gave a month to the king. He told the king that with the power of this month, he could summon a fairy who could fulfill the wish for him. The king excited and returned to his palace. The next day, the king recited a mantra, and a fairy appeared before him. The fairy asked the king what he wished for. The king, having already thought about it, he said that he wished for everything he touched to turn into gold. Hearing the king's wishes, the fairy asked him again if he was sure about it. Ignoring the fairy's warning, the foolish king insisted on his wish. The fairy granted him his wish and then disappeared. After the fairy left, the king tried his newfound power. Everything he touched turned into gold. The king was overjoyed. He forgot all about the warning the fairy had given him. He was so happy that he didn't realize what he had asked for. As the king was testing his new power, his daughter walked into the room. The king, in his happiness, forgot what he had asked for. He picked up his daughter and she turned into gold. Seeing this, the king started crying, realizing his mistake. He had lost his daughter because of his greed. That's why it is said that greed is a curse. Those who are greedy always end up regretting it. And in the pursuit of more, they end up losing everything.